the Pentagon leaker, right? Mm-hmm. Apparently, a 21-year-old got access to some super high-class, top secret information.
Oh, God.
And he started leaking it onto his Discord chat with a bunch of other people who, I guess, well, let's read it. Jax Dixera, a member of the Massachusetts Air Force Guard, was arrested by FBI agents as a resident of North Dayton, Massachusetts, on Thursday. The arrest was made in relation to a collection of classified documents that had been leaked online over the past few months. The FBI had been following a lead online over the last few days. Now that's weird. What? Why? How does he have these documents? Why were they looking for the documents? Did they not already know he had the documents? Whatever. Texiera, who joined the Air National Guard in September 2019, held the highest level security clearance granted by the federal government for top secret information. Why?
I don't know.
According to an internal Department of Defense email reviewed by...
What was the information?
So, let's see if I can just... Titter's charter private... Sparkers are good reading trust very large age.
Wait. Charge of a private Discord group?
Yes. He had a private Discord group for,
government things?
I guess they were just sharing documents on this Discord.
What?
Yeah.
That is I don't believe that.
Right? Isn't that sound weird?
I don't believe there's a government-sanctioned Discord.
Oh, no, it wasn't it was his own personal private Discord group with a bunch of other people.
I don't believe that.
Yeah. That's more believable, but it's still like, why would he think that would fly? Like, what? You didn't think you were going to get caught? Suspicious. He spoke with 4 members of Thug Shaker Central, one of whom said he had known the person who leaked for at least 3 years, had met him in person and referred to him as the OG.
Wow.
The friends described him as older than most of the group members who were in their teens and the undisputed leader. One of the friends said the OG had access to intelligence documents through his job, obviously working in the, government. Now, I wonder if it just goes into detail because I don't.
What is the secret?
So basically, what the leaks were was information about what the U.S. government is doing in Ukraine, and apparently also has some information about the U.S. spying on, I believe, North Korea, one of the Koreas, North or South Korea.
I would imagine North Korea.
But also the stuff that's in Ukraine, it shows that there are actually U.S. troops fighting in Ukraine when there ain't supposed to be.
Yeah.
It also showed some information about the actual casualties in Ukraine, showing that, well, something that we already knew, which, because it's just pure common sense, is that Ukraine is actually losing more soldiers than Russia is.
Wow! You mean a country that is like a third the size of Russia is losing more troops? Less than a third the size of Russia?
Right? It's like, they wanted us to believe it so hard. Now that it's leaked out, I was like, oh no, you guys.
I wouldn't have guessed in a million years.
It. I can't believe you did this. Let me see. Tucker Carlson. He has some information. Let's see what he has to say. Leaked Pentagon documents by Jack. I still don't know how to say his name. Texiera. Show that we've been lied to and crimes were committed. Oh, really? Oh, gosh.
Wow. By who? Oh, by the government? Wow, that's a shocker.
That's new.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, totally.
Late last week, leaked intelligence about the war in Ukraine began to appear on social media. Briefing slides prepared by the U.S. government began to show up, among other places, on Twitter. And the slides show that this is, in fact, not Ukraine's war. It's our war. The United States is a direct combatant in a war against Russia. As we speak, American soldiers are fighting Russian soldiers. So this is not a regional conflict in Eastern Europe. This is a hot war between the two primary nuclear superpowers on Earth. And yet this war has never been formally declared. It has not been authorized by Congress. And for that reason, this war is a violation of American law. It is a crime.
Yeah.
The second thing we learned from these slides is that despite direct U.S. involvement, Ukraine is in fact losing the war. 7 Ukrainians are being killed for every Russian. Ukrainian air defenses have been utterly degraded. Ukraine is losing.
Wow.
The Biden administration is perfectly aware of this. They're panicked about it, but they have lied about this fact to the public. Just 2 weeks ago, for example, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin told the U.S. Senate that Russian military power is, quote, waning. In other words, Russia is losing the war. That was a lie. He knew it was when he said it, but he repeated it in congressional testimony. That is a crime. But Lloyd Austin has not been arrested for committing that crime. Instead, the only man who has been taken into custody, or likely ever will be, is a 21-year-old Massachusetts Air National Guardsman who leaked the slides that showed that Lloyd Austin was
that
lying.
He's probably dead.
Yeah, they're gonna lock him up forever and blame all this on him. And as he said, he's the only person who's gonna be arrested for this. Nobody else is gonna get in trouble for it, for lying or doing anything. I honestly feel as if, like, one, if the kid did do this, good on him.
Right.
I mean, yes, this shit's happening, but hey, that's one of those situations where he probably was like, I know if I do this, I'm gonna be fucked, but people need to know
Something
this.
still seems a bit off about this.
Yep, and he did it. Now, the other side is, what if he actually didn't leak this? And it's kind of like one of those situations where they're like, we know that they're losing the war.
Yeah.
We need to, like, have something to distract people from something else, which is probably the destruction of our money or currency and everything, and the fact that this whole Trump thing is a bust, and that, the DA Bragg dude is being, I think he's being brought to, they're taking him to court basically for all of the bullshit that he's doing. So they're kind of like, okay, another distraction, bam. I don't know, but we already knew that this was a lie the whole time, that Ukraine wasn't winning.
Right.
I mean, unless you're just
I didn't even know that.
Stupid, then you probably thought.
I didn't even know that we were saying they were winning. It's not a surprise to me, but I kind of already figured that Ukraine was going to lose.
Yeah, but they're saying, oh, Russia's Russia's in trouble. We're taking them. Yeah, Russia's just they're struggling
because they're not really getting any support from the surrounding countries, right? And we aren't officially helping them. So
they're not part
where
of
would they
NATO.
get the manpower?
Well, we are helping. We're not officially.
I said
them,
officially, yeah.
But we are.
Yeah.
Officially, it's just not.
Oh well,
on
I guess
paper.
we did technically send them money, but
we're also sending troops and equipment.
Yeah.
We have.
Well, no, I mean like the official.
Oh, the official
story was that we sent them money.
Yeah.
But we all kind of know that they're being laundering.
Yeah.
They're laundering that money. But.
That's
that's unsurprising to say the least.
What I'm surprised about is why hasn't. Well, maybe he doesn't know, but I wonder why Putin hasn't been like, there are American soldiers. Maybe he has said that.
Well, yeah, I mean, our media gets bottlenecked.
Let's see what the American people
filtered.
can and can't see. Okay, you're not seeing any of that.
Right.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, how else is the news going to get here? I mean, all of our media outlets are being bought by the politicians anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just government media at this point. Anyone who isn't government, then you're not allowed to. You can't report.
You're not going to get advertised. You're not going to. You're going to be buried under a bunch of bullshit.
Well, not even that. You'll just not be allowed to report on things. Oh, who are you public? What's your publication? Oh, I'm independent. Okay, well, no.
I thought there were independent news outlets and stuff.
Yeah, there are. But I mean, if you want to report on something that's really hard hitting, it's gonna require you to do a lot more, or they'll just prevent you from being able to have access to report on whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So I was wrong with South Korea, not North Korea. South Korea is the one that isn't, crazy leader person. South Korean lawmakers are upset over leaked Pentagon documents that show the U.S. is spying on South Korea and pressuring them to arm Ukraine. Yes. So they're trying to pressure South Korea to also help Ukraine. Ain't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Hey, do the thing that I said.
미국 최고의 정보기관이 불법 스파이
Okay, we strongly regret that the top U.S. intelligence agency has been illegally spying on allies like our country.
활동을 우리나라와 같은 동맹국을 대상으로 자행해 온 것에 대해 깊은 유감을 표합니다. 명백한
We
진상
strongly
확인과
demand a
더불어
thorough investigation and
다시는
urge that
이런
similar
일이
incidents do not
없도록 할
occur.
것을 강하게 촉구합니다.
It's when they say, right, we have allies and we're supposed to help our allies.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if the person in charge of here is
Right.
not even an ally to this country.
No, because he's not.
He's clearly not on the side of
And
America.
everyone sees that at this point.
Yeah, he's on the side of Ukraine and giving Ukraine money so that Ukraine can send him money.
Right.
That's the
It's a cycle of money that
yeah. I mean, shit.
just keeps
I mean,
recycling.
each and every day I get closer and closer to not necessarily anarchy. I don't think their term is anarchy, because I know you're thinking like, but something more radical than anarchy. I'll just put it that way.
I don't know. Anarchy is pretty radical, bro.
Yeah. Isn't it? But it's not radical enough. See what I'm thinking? What the thoughts in my head that I'm thinking about that aren't actually my actions, but I'm just like, man, that would be way more radical. It'd be crazy if somebody did that, you know? I'm just saying. It would be crazy if somebody did that.
Damn.
And it just maybe happened to make things maybe slightly better, maybe. In the long term, of course. Whew. Now, because of this whole thing, right? U.S. intelligence agencies may change how they monitor social media chat rooms after missing leaked U.S. documents for weeks.
Oh no, Discord's a threat to our democracy. We gotta monitor everything.
Yeah. So that whole bill that they were trying to push through to ban TikTok, that didn't really do anything to TikTok all that much. Well, nobody liked it. So they have to find another route to get that.
Oh, so it
to
didn't
work.
pass?
Well, Democrats and Republicans don't like it. So it's not going
It's not going to pass.
It's not going to.
Because it was a stupid bill, and they realized that.
Yeah. But, I mean,
Who proposed
how
the
would
bill
this
in the
go
first
through, though? Huh?
How did they propose that bill in the first place?
That was I think it was like somebody proposed it, and then, you know, they were like, banned
No.
it. It was actually a Republican and a Democrat, I believe. I think it was a Republican and a Democrat. So
Someone's
when
on
you're
someone
like,
else's
yeah, the
payroll.
Republicans, they're the good guys. No, they're not either.
No one's the good guys if you're in politics.
Yeah, but I mean, this is basically what my thing is. Like, okay, so do I believe that this leaker has actually leaked these documents on his own 100%? Now I got questions because
Right. How did he have, it's just, he's only 21 years of age. He had,
if he started in 2019, that means he had 4 years. He's been in there for 4 years.
yeah.
What?
How do
he's in
you get the
Air
highest
Force.
level of security clearance in 4 years? What were you doing?
Right? I mean, he said
That's the
Air
biggest
Force.
thing.
I
That's
don't-
just, they don't just give that to people.
right. You would have to be
My
like
friend
some
was
kind of-
in the military for like 6 years, and he had access to some pretty sensitive information that he passed between countries and stuff, because that was a sect of the Navy that I was in. But never did the clearance go above a certain level.
Now, my question is though, because I don't know the government, right? I'm not in the military. I should say I'm not in the military. I don't know the military like that. But maybe what if they just kind of label certain things classified information that they just don't want people to know, like this? Yes, the information that was leaked is some pretty serious stuff, right? Some pretty serious stuff that you would be like, we probably should know this, right? It's pretty serious. So, the fact that it was leaked kind of shows you when they're classifying stuff and saying that this is classified documents, does it mean that it's something that is helpful for us? Or are they just classifying it so that they don't show us what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to. When it's classified, it's not like this is something that's super important that's gonna harm the country and the citizens. It's more like it's covering up their corruption. There you go. That's what it is. Oh, it's classified because it's covering up the corruption that they're doing behind the scenes that they don't want anybody
What
to hear about.
I'm more curious about is in regards to Ukraine, why didn't he leak the documents about the laundering of money?
I mean, he probably only had certain documents.
But he had the highest level of security in the government.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have access to every single classified document, right? There's probably like, because I guess
he's branches.
Right, yeah, he was in the Air Force, so he had access to these classified documents.
Right.
Maybe he had he had the clearance to look at all those classified documents, but he only had these classified documents right here in front of him, and he was like, "Whoa, these are pretty crazy. Let me show everybody because this shit's important.
This is pretty important for the people to know."
Right? But on the other hand, if it was an orchestrated event,
right?
Maybe he just had the Discord, right?
Oh.
Maybe somebody kind of, I don't know, some FBI agent was like, "Hey, here's some classified documents. I mean, it would be a shame if this kind of ended up on the internet, don't you think?"
He might have been a double agent.
You know, you don't want to. People should know this, right? Don't you think we should tell the people?
Right.
They should know about this, right? Yeah.
So this could just be another distraction.
Yeah. Well,
for sure.
Maybe, yeah. Distracting us from what? At this point, they have to distract us from the distraction that they're distracting us from.
Right, because they're just so deep in the lies at this point and the corruption.
Yeah, you know that whole concept of when you lie, you have to keep lying in order to keep the lie up.
Yeah.
So that's
One
pretty much government.
Generally leads to another lie, and that the lies just kind of escalate from there because you can't back up the lies.
And yeah, it makes you wonder. If the government's lying about this, but they're also lying about that, and they're also lying about all that stuff, and they're lying about those things, how big does the lie get? At what point is the lie? At what point do you get to the end of this lie rope? Right? Where is the end of it?
Well, the way I see it at this point, it's either going to be their victory or complete chaos.
Well,
society collapses.
Chaos would be bad. We don't want chaos.
Society collapses.
But if there was a controlled collapse of society, and you're like, what? How does that happen? Because if you have a collapse of society, it doesn't necessarily mean that everything's burning and in flames.
No, I mean, it just means that things change.
Right, yeah, it could be like just a major, massive change, like, i.e., no more government. You know, that's how
Yep.
That would be the best option. I mean, come on, guys. All of our problems are 100% because of the government. I mean, come on. Name a problem that is because of the government. Can you do it? I bet you can't. But
name one bigger problem than the government.
Right. Once again, this is
two governments.
Right. Biden administration will use Pentagon classified papers leak to start spying on you, says Donald Trump
Jr.
Yeah. So we already knew that. It's what we just said.
I mean, they were already doing that.
Yeah, it's basically what's happening. And this dude right here, he pretty much has the exact thought that I had when I heard about all this stuff, and I was like, I fucking knew it. I already knew it.
All right, someone please explain to me how a 21-year-old, I don't care if you're in the military, I don't even care if you're a hacker, how does a 21-year-old have access to classified documents that literally a handful of people have? Someone please explain that to me. I see two possible scenarios on how this possibly could have gone down, and I'm going to get into that in a second here. First one is this was a government plant. They literally used this kid, had him release these documents. It was on Discord, whatever way he did it, and now they're going to use that as a pretext to officially push the Restrict Act down our throats.
Yep.
The second way is he actually received these classified documents through an outside source, and he became a whistleblower for the country. He exposed exactly what they've been doing, the lies, everything.
Yeah.
If it's not that second one and that kid isn't recognized as a national hero, God help us. God help us, because if they pass that Restrict Act, it's over.
I don't know if it's necessarily over, but...
No, but things are going to get a little harder.
Yep. It's going to be a lot harder, but things have to get harder before they get better, right?
That's what I've been saying about our job for years.
I know.
I mean, anyway, yeah, no.
Now,
I
one
hope
thing that's actually a bit crazy about this whole situation, right, is, you know, the whole Russia-Ukraine thing. Remember when Joe Biden traded a female basketball player for the Merchant of Death?
Yeah.
Well,
I remember.
weird, I don't know, take. I kind of think the Merchant of Death might be more American than we think. I guess.
What?
So this guy, said Merchant of Death, comes out and the Merchant of Death, Victor Bout, says he has sent a message to Donald Trump offering him political asylum in Russia. What? He warns Trump's life is in danger in the U.S. and calls on the ex-president to lead an uprising against the globalists from abroad. What?
Read that one more time.
What?
Say that again. For the camera. What?
The Merchant of Death, Victor Bout, says he has sent a message to Donald Trump offering him political asylum in Russia. He warns that Trump's life is in danger in the U.S. and calls on the ex-president to lead an uprising against the globalists from abroad.
Well, you know, this is a little less surprising than you think because Trump tried to maintain relations with Russia for a while.
Yeah, he tried to
Entire
keep it
presidency.
like friendly and, you know, professional.
professional.
And then, of course, they stole the
They
election.
said no, and we want a war.
Yeah, now we're here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
But I'm just gonna let's see what he's saying. I'm gonna read it out.
Сегодня я отправил телеграмму.
Today I sent. Oh, hold on a second. Let me lower this because it's too loud. Today I sent a telegram to former U.S. President Mr. Donald Trump.
Прежде всего,
First
я
and
считаю,
foremost,
что
I consider that his life is in danger,
и то, что
and that the legal
тот
process,
судебный
which has
процесс,
now begun in
который
New
начался в
York,
Нью-Йорке, он не закончится
won't
просто,
just end in Donald Trump being
тем,
convicted and
что
barred from the
Дональда
election.
Трампа осудят и не допустят его на выборы. Скорее всего, он
Most
будет
likely, he will
просто
simply be
уничтожен.
eliminated there.
Поэтому,
Therefore, I
я думаю,
think
в
it's
интересах,
in the
наверное,
interest
всего
of all of
человечества
humanity and primarily of the
и,
American
прежде
people
всего, американского народа, это
to invite Donald Trump here to Russia to give him security and protection
предоставить
here.
ему здесь, во-первых, безопасность и защиту, и для того, чтобы он,
So that he
во-первых,
leads the
возглавил,
uprising against the
восстание против
globalists.
глобалистов,
Yeah.
а самое главное,
And most importantly, he does not allow the elimination of the American people.
уничтожение, собственно, американского народа. Сегодня
And it's like
this man is named the Merchant of Death. What is he doing
being,
trying to protect the American people?
the circuits
Like,
malfunction.
is
I
this
don't
the
know.
same guy? Like,
Dude,
what did we do? What did we do to this man in prison to make him like?
what if this was actually a good trade and that's a good thing that guy's let loose because maybe this will actually work against Joe Biden in the long run,
How did?
right?
How would this have slipped through their cracks? Like, you know, like the Biden administration doing this. I don't understand.
Because they made stupid decisions and now they're fucking around and they're finding out. Oh, we shouldn't let him go. He's now gonna help, you know, screw us over.
Okay. Well, the interesting thing here is that he says globalist too. The word global, like, I would be super suspicious, but he said the word globalist,
Right.
which is
And now I have to think though, okay, so he's a merchant of death. He was selling weapons to, you know, all the wars and shit. What if he was just maybe he really didn't have any kind of malicious intent and he was purely just selling to whoever, right? So he
Right,
was just
I mean,
like, I'm
that happens,
selling it, yeah. This is probably illegal. Yeah, but hey, money is money. I'm making
right.
money.
Like, you
Or
can 100%
right,
support both sides without supporting either side.
right? Or, you know, all that time locked up, which actually I don't know how long he was in there, to be honest. I forget. We said that, but I forget. But anyways, whatever the amount of time was that he was in there, gave him time to reflect. And he was like, you know what? Oh, yeah, he did say that. remember he said that he realized that the American people in the prison
Right.
were different from the politicians, and he kind of grew to, actually like the American citizens. So I do remember him saying that. So yeah, he probably was in there for a while, and he grew and he reflected and was
Or
like,
maybe he met Trump.
well, no, because he said that he was actually the people that he was in contact with, the American people that he was in. That's who he said that he was like. He realized that they were different from the people in charge. So I think he actually was in there and he was like,
Well,
oh, man,
it sounds like a human.
right? Like a human being who actually is like, has a conscience. And then that makes you think, who are these lizard
Well, he
people
also
in
said
charge
that he
of?
sent a telegram to former U.S. President Donald Trump. You don't do that unless you've got contacts,
I mean,
right?
So, okay, Telegram. Oh, stupid retard moment. When he said Telegram, I was thinking about the program. I don't know
You
why.
think that this Russian man who sold weapons to both sides uses a open
it just kind of went
messaging app that Twitter supports
right.
to Donald Trump, who
Yeah.
definitely uses Telegram?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just kind of glazed over that. I just was like, oh, Telegram, okay, whatever. And then you're like, wait a minute, you couldn't possibly use the app. That makes no sense.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, maybe he did meet him.
And apparently, here is the copy of the telegram.
Oh.
I believe your life is in peril because during your term in the White House, you had tried to save the American people from the genocidal globalist cabal, to protect the family and to prevent the global conflicts which now destabilize the world. Now this evil swamp is destroying the last foundations of the American Republic. In fact, turning it to full-blown anarcho-tyranny. The future of humanity and life is at stake. The Biden administration will not stop just by dragging you through the court prison industrial complex. They would sooner end your life than let you stand in their way. You will be welcome in Russia. You will have safe haven, and from here you can lead the fight for the American people, the rebellion against globalists, and for the bright future of the planet. Sincerely yours, Victor Bout, Lukov per Moscow. I don't have no clue what that says. But yeah, and then some Russian text and his signature, I'm guessing. But yeah, and it's Mar-a-Lago. That's and all that shit. Palm these for the shit. So yeah, that's some shit. Now, one thing that I do have to say is I've always thought that was eventually going to happen.
What?
And like
they were going to assassinate?
try to assassinate him. I thought it was going to happen a long ass time ago.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to happen when he first ran for president, because I remember somewhere somebody saying, well, I've never seen I voted for Trump because I've never seen a president get assassinated in my lifetime before. And I was like, wow, that's pretty fucked up. And this is before I even like paid attention to Trump or any of them.
Right.
I was like, I didn't know who Trump was. And once again, I wasn't going to vote for a demon, so I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton. But yeah, I was like, I'm not even going to vote. But still, And then Andrew Tate. What? Why are you bringing up Andrew Tate? What the fuck? What do you mean, Andrew Tate? So Andrew Tate, he had that thing before he got arrested where he was saying that he knows their process for getting rid of people who speak too much. Mm-hmm. The process is first they'll try to cancel you, then they'll try to arrest you, and then they'll kill you, right? So for Andrew Tate and Trump, same thing. Yeah. Once they tried to cancel both of them. Yeah. Didn't work. They arrested him. Now they're at the point where they're getting arrested, right?
Next up is mortal.
Then the last step is, okay, well, those two didn't work. Now we gotta, get rid of you. You know, it's kind of like a gradual step of, hey, stop it. We don't like what hey, you better stop it. Okay, we're going to cancel you. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, well then we're going to use the power of the corrupt court system to put you in jail. So now you can't talk.
I can't see Trump getting assassinated though.
I mean, nobody can, because it's like, But you don't think that they'll try to do that?
Well, they're going to try.
Yeah.
They'll try.
I mean, they have many ways that we couldn't even possibly think of.
What if Trump, I know this is a shot in the dark, but what if Trump actually went to Russia?
You know, honestly, I don't think he would.
No, no way.
I
No way.
I don't think he would ever.
First of all, his ego wouldn't allow it. But
Right.
another thing is he knows that he'd be hard pressed to get dead.
Right? Like the
by
people
them.
here in America would be like, why are you going?
God
Damn it,
damn.
boy. What the fuck? Shush.
Scared the crap out of us.
Shut it. Jeez.
It's them. They're coming.
Right? Shit. They heard what I said about the stuff, and now they're like, we got to get that. Hey. Oh my gosh. Everybody saw us jump hard as fuck. But
Yeah,
anyway.
I saw you jump hard as fuck.
Yeah.
But I'm a stone cold killer.
Okay, whatever you say. But anyways, yeah.
did surprise me.
I highly doubt he'll ever go to Russia. He'll be like, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to fight. But
Yeah.
thank you once again for watching, but please go subscribe on Rumble, Odyssey, and Utreon to see more content that we cannot put on YouTube. Also, check out our GameSanity channel where we play live streams of different games, and the Oreyo Show where we have a podcast about current events and interesting topics going on in the world today. Once again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.